Welcome back to Linux Gameplay Performance, the format where I look at games running on Linux. I actually play the game instead of just running benchmarks while diving into the graphics menu to find out how well a game likes the penguin. On today's menu, we're going back to Doom, the original Doom. When I looked at that game, I was wondering if there wasn't a ray-traced version of it. I seem to remember that there was a mod for it, and there is. The one I'm showing today is prboom-rt Doom, whatever, prboom-plus-rt. That's the GitHub repo. The installation is quite easy. You download the zip folder, unzip it somewhere, find the WAD, the WAD file of Doom in your original installation that maybe you have from Steam or any other legally obtained version. Legally obtained, very important. And then you copy that file into the directory and off you go. So this is the Doom WAD, the original file from, as you can see in the background, my Steam version. And all the other data in here, that's the contents of the zip file that you download from GitHub. Now to get it run on Linux, you of course need Proton. Although it seems to be possible that you can compile this version on Linux, although I haven't tried it. I want to play the game, not compile them. So, but I digress. Now, to get this running in Steam, it's just as on Windows or for any other non-Steam game. You add a non-Steam game, find it in your file system. That is what I did. Then go into Properties. Yep, there's the target in the file system. And under compatibility, you have to enable something. Otherwise, Steam doesn't know, because it doesn't know the game. It has no clue. Now, the last time I tested it was with Proton, GE Proton 10.8, but Proton Experimental should work just as fine. But I will stick to 10.8 now, because I know that it runs. I was testing because of some weird issues, which you'll see in a moment. Let's hit play. On the wrong game. Of course, cancel. I want to hit play here. Did I even show the correct thing? Yes, I did. So, let's hit play. And here we have the problem. I cannot run this game full screen. It's always windowed. For some reason, it does work, but for some reason it does not like... It's a little bit loud. For some reason it does not like it when you change anything in the menu. The resolution, well, FSR works. But you cannot change the resolution, it would just fail. And there we go. And it took a little bit of tinkering, and I found out that using the configuration file, you can force it into the setting you want. So I'm not sure if it wrote it, but you cannot use full screen and you cannot use exclusive full screen. It has to be windowed, otherwise it won't start. So that's one drawback. And the other one, and we'll see that when we go to Windows, is, and then it becomes very obvious, there's no denoising for all the ray tracing. It's not really visible it's a little bit visible. The image is very grainy, very unstable. Now here you can see it. Let's just start a game. Make it easy. So. Now when you look at the ground, there's all this sizzling. The walls, it's very unstable. That's noise, because there is no denoising, at least not on Linux. It's not working for whatever reason. It runs fine at 144 FPS, but yeah, it's very grainy, it's very unstable. But it looks cool. I mean, the materials, if it weren't for that flickering, it would actually be cool. Right, I have to press something to open the doors, right? What was it? The lighting looks amazing. Here you have reflections. Like I already mentioned, the materials, that this really looks like metal. But the floor, it's incredible. The shiny surfaces, specular highlights. So it's very cool. Even then in darker scenes, light effects. Like gunfire illuminates the environments. This light. The bounce lighting of the green gunk. Whatever that is. Ah, got him. Well, let's explode the barrel. It illuminates the environment. Does look cool, and on Windows we'll get a sorry, we'll get a better picture of how it can look. Yeah, I don't have much more to say other than it does run theoretically, even practically, but it has a few drawbacks. Now there's seen somewhere. Oh. Just saw a shadow flashing. Whoa! It's because of you. Yeah, ray tracing is such a cool technology, but it's so expensive. And it does have its drawbacks. You need a very good denoiser. NVIDIA has its DLSS ray reconstruction, which isn't perfect yet. Well, I don't know if it will ever be perfect, but let's call it very good. And it's getting there. Although I'm yet to see it in person myself, being an AMD user. Was this one cool scene where one of those enemies throws fiery balls at you? Oh, that's where I came from. Huh, there's the shadow. And I can't seem to find it. Yeah, this. I mean, it's not the scene that I was looking for, but it even casts its shadow. That's so cool. Oh, in this scene, the frame rate dropped. I mean, it's playable. If you don't mind the artifacting. Look at this. Oh, I even have a flashlight. Just forgot. Now, it properly casts shadows when you run around it. That's so cool. Just for demonstration purposes, let's unlock VSync. I hope it doesn't crash. And use FSR Quality. Yeah, that works. And we have 200 FPS in Doom, ray traced. That's the cool thing about this art style and AMD's FSR. It's not perfect, it's not that good, at least at lower resolutions. But with this minimalist art style, it's fine. It works. But anyway, let's quit this Linux version, and the next time we'll see PRB Boom Doom is on Windows. The second Doom-rt mod that we can take a look at is a version of the gzdoom engine. That one is actually pretty well known as far as I have heard from other videos, and it looks like this uses NVIDIA's RT Remix utilities tools feature set. Yeah, here it already mentions RTX Remix runtime. The installation is just as easy as the prboom version that I just showed. You download the zip file, you unzip unzip it, then the mod automatically detects your Doom and Doom 2 installations that you have on Steam. Now on Linux, this does not work. It cannot find the versions. I assume it's looking in the Windows registry that you don't have shared on Linux, of course. This is the downloaded zip file unzip. I copied the Doom ward, which doesn't help anything, and the Doom 2 ward. By doing this, the mod can find the Doom 2 ward and offer it to play. Now I have done the same thing as was the case with the other Doom mod. I added it to Steam as a non-Steam game to force a Proton version. Unfortunately, it does not run. I've tried a few things and I will show you. So we'll get to the boot up screen. Doesn't detect Doom 1, but it also does not do that on Windows. You only see the Doom 2. That's because I copied the Doom ward. This is normal. This also is normal on Windows. You click yes. It will open another GitHub page where you have a few renderer options to download. I tried them all. Unfortunately, on Linux it does not work. So I can't really show this mod running on Linux. That's a little bit of a sad thing. So, but I will do that on Windows. And if you deny the yes option and click no instead, which is what you do on Windows, yeah, you get complaints about some Vulkan device extensions not being supported. And unfortunately, that's the end of it. That's gzdoom-rt running not on Linux. So as easy as it is to run many other games like Plague Tale, like Mafia, the Elder Scrolls, or these Doom Ultimate things, Star Wars Battlefront, although it had its own issue. By the way, Windows also has a few issues, but they resolve themselves after a couple of seconds. It's not perfect on Windows, but it's not as weird and strange and wonky as it is on Linux. And Stray, even the cat game works easily, and I will show that at some point. This gzdoom mod is one of the examples where Linux isn't perfect, and it isn't. And Windows also isn't perfect, but Windows at least runs all the games. Anyway, that's it for Linux. Let's switch to Windows. Here we are on Windows. And maybe it's already obvious, but the image is a lot more stable. There's no more noise, it's a clean image. All you see is the lighting, the shadows, the textures. It's, I don't want to say perfect, but it's, compared to the Linux version, it's as perfect as it can get. This is also full screen, so it's 1440p and at native resolution. As you can see on the frame rate, we're just getting above 40 FPS in this scene. So we can expect, well, yeah, we can expect it to dip a little bit lower once the action heats up. So that's the cost of ray tracing at native resolution without probably any tweaks or crazy optimization settings. But I think when you compare it to the original that I showed a couple of weeks back, it's a big transformation. It's a lot more moody. There's more atmosphere. The textures now have a specular highlight, a nice reflection of the surround. Oh, but there are still visual glitches, so there has to be. Looks like there must be a light here. Yeah, there it is. Not sure if this is an AMD thing or just a general issue of this mod, but it doesn't work. But it doesn't matter. We still get a glimpse what the technology can do, and I think it's mighty impressive. Now, the one thing I don't like about this mod, it's an always run, and you can't disable it. In the Steam version, the remaster, whatever you call it, rework, it's you can disable that, and that's how I would play, because in this game, unlike Doom the Dark Ages, here in this game, always run, it's just really feeling like on skates. It's like you're on ice. And the head bobbing, that's a little bit too much for me. So I wouldn't necessarily play this game in this mod. Just because of that. There's room now, this looks so cool. But first of all, this performance is not good. So we have the option of enabling FSR. As you can see in real time, by the way, how the frame rate changes. You can also see in real time the impact on the image. Maybe this isn't the best camera angle. Oh yeah, you can see it a little bit here on the textures, on the background, on the polygon lines, how the quality changes, or even on this pillar here. So, pretty good indication of what you'll get. I think quality is very good for this title, for this type of art style. Well, you get jaggies, yes. Well, maybe. I mean, in regular gameplay, I don't think I would notice much of that. Let's try native again. Yes, you still have them. It's just a little bit more pronounced with FSR. Anyway, to get a little bit more performance, let's do something closer to a high refresh rate. Quality. And now it's an enjoyable experience. As I was saying, now on Windows, the texture quality and the material quality really comes out without the noise and everything. So you have this nice pixelated texture on the floor. As I already mentioned, the specular highlights. You even have bounce sliding from the light above. This is so cool. Or here in the background. The slight light reflections, but there's still a little bit of noise. I hope it also comes across in the YouTube video when I just stand still and look at it. The image is not perfect, it's still moving a little bit, but it seems to depend on the texture that is displayed, because the blue background, that's fine, there's nothing. And let's continue on for a while. Oh, hey friend. Flashlights. Well, there. Ooh. The gunfire illuminating the environment. That's what I wanted to say. Or this guy's fireballs. Hey, come on. Now. Look how this green barrel illuminates the area. Let's blow it up. Chain reaction. Yeah, now the green glow is gone. It's only the red. As we'll see in a moment when I show you the gzdoom port, this is a lot more impressive. But this already looks incredible.
Well, oh.
If you're wondering why I sound a little bit more quiet right now, it's very early in the morning. So compared to when I recorded the Linux version, the Linux gameplay, it was in the evening, just about an hour after work. Now it's not even 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's exactly 7 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I'm an early bird and I don't want to scream too loud. It's still quiet everywhere. Construction site right in front of my house is still dormant. Everybody in the house is probably also still sleeping. Yeah, but here's another good example of this light bouncing from the the green glow from the barrel here. This is what ray tracing is really good for. It's proper shadows and proper lighting. Reflections are cool too, but we have technology that can make them good enough to make them believable. This is how the technology can shine. Shouldn't I be running around with a shotgun by now? No, still don't have it. Probably missed it somewhere. Flashlight. Oh, isn't there somewhere an item in the dark I can show the shadows? Yeah, I'm recording this a second time because the first time around, for some reason, Windows totally messed up my voice recording. It was extremely stuttery. I hope it's fine now. I changed the setting in Windows. That had to do with noise cancellation, noise suppression. I assumed that was it. It's just cutting off at the beginning of a word, at the end of a word. Even when I was talking at normal audio levels, Lautstärke. Whoa, hey friend. Yeah, I think audio levels is a good word for that. Whoop, this way. It's gonna so slow. Words were just cut off, and at the end, even if I was talking a longer sentence and there weren't any quiet parts in it, just suddenly the words were cut off. Yeah, this was... I thought this one would cast a shadow. Was it on the Linux version? I don't know, something looks a little bit off here. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Finish this level. Raise your Marines. Yeah, there's no shadow casting. I don't know. I even have footage where... Was that on Linux? Where my own character and somebody behind my character were casting shadows in front of me and there was somebody else shooting? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, that's it for a prboom-rt. What a weird name. Let's go check out gzdoom. Yes, I want to quit. Oh, and for some reason, in the meantime, Windows decided to remove my background. I don't know why. This operating system. It's a shame. Generally, I like the way Windows works. It's actually fine. If it were just a shell to start programs or games with. Yeah, like all the Linux desktop environments, they're more or less minimalist. They also add user-specific stuff, user features, but not in a way like Microsoft does. Now, gzdoom. It will automatically find Doom 2 if you have it installed on Steam. Not sure why it doesn't find Doom 1. If it doesn't, or maybe if you don't have the Steam version, or if you're trying it on Linux, like I already failed, you can copy the Doom 2 WAD into this directory and it will find it. So that's a workaround. Now the second thing you will have to do is go to my your documents folder, my games, then there's gzdoom somewhere, and create this ini file or download it from somewhere. You can probably find it. Or if you have an NVIDIA card, I don't think this is an issue. But if you are on AMD, you have to search for, what was it, RT fluid, and set that to false. Otherwise the game will crash. You will get this screen, I think. You can click on the game. You will also get this DLL check failure message. And clicking yes doesn't really help anything. But if you click no, it will run. There we are in Doom 2 using ray tracing. Not sure why. This is now right in the center. Great. PresentMon is a cool utility, but it does have its issues. Here we go. Okay. Let's do it on easy. Just to showcase. And as you can already see, it is a lot more impressive. Let's get rid of those guys. So. I don't know. I should have stayed up there. Damn it. I don't know if you can disable always run. I haven't looked into the settings that much. Man, this looks cool. This is a lot more impressive. The shading is a lot more natural, softer. And well, at least on these textures, the denoising works a lot better. Let's see if we can find something metallic. Like this door. Not metallic enough. Okay, so there seems to be an order in which you have to press these buttons. Last time I tried this one. See what happens here. Oh, hello. That was a secret. Nice. Okay. So, now we have to go here. Dude up there. And there's also somebody in the back. Okay. Done. Oh, shadow. Yeah, the own character shadow casting. And the enemies are not flat sprites. They're like 3D pixelated pixels. They're Minecraft. They're from Minecraft, that's it. This looks so incredible. The light fixture has its own shadows, because that's where the light doesn't reach. This is so amazing. And it runs well, I don't know. Did I already check? It's native. It's native resolution. Ray tracing. With the NVIDIA Ray Tracing remix stuff. And it's 60 FPS. So let's go to quality. And usually I wouldn't recommend FSR quality at 1440p, but with this, well, for modern times, minimalist graphics style, art style, FSR quality works well. There's no issue here. And you get a lot more performance. This is a nice experience. There are even more secrets in this small level. Interesting. Now in this area, look at that. The water. Reflections in the water. That's amazing. Yeah, the items have their own shadow. Ah. Yeah, if you're a little bit of a technology nerd like I am, see the shadow casting, we walk in front of this light. Oh, it's incredible. Man, those guys are growling like dogs. And there's the shotgun. Okay, how did this work? Yeah. Where's the light? Man, the light bounces in this area are even more impressive. A little bit of a red glow. But that's, if you look at the ceiling, there's the denoiser at work. Yeah, but still, if it's just in the heat of a battle, you know, those reflections. Ah! Okay, this is cool. Oh yeah, I remember this area. And quite a while trying to figure out how to get in here. It's amazing what a new lighting engine can do to an old game. Yeah, sure, there's some rework with the textures, applying materials to them so they work correctly with ray tracing. But it's not like there are more polygons or anything. It's the same level, it's the same design. Okay, the enemies aren't sprites anymore. But other than that, it's just the lighting. Look how the sunlight comes down. The light shafts. The slight haze, the fog. Oh, nice. A double kill. Whoop. That's a lot. Reflections. Stop it. Oh, that is cool. However, I would expect, because there's some green light and some other colors, that those would reflect off the mirror in the ceiling down to the bottom with some bounce lighting. But maybe that's just something to increase the performance. But man, this is incredible. Yeah, I hadn't even noticed it here. Okay, what was the trick? Ah. You. And a little soldier. Now we have blue and red combined. And we're getting purple. Yeah, that makes sense. It's causing an explosion. Yeah, also makes sense how the light spreads. Ah, that's the other side, I see. And here is the blue key. Ah. Oh, there's the exit. I don't think I found that when I was playing the non-ray traced version. That's so cool. Or I did, I don't know. Well, I have all the enemies, all the items, and no secrets. Perfect. Yeah, but I'd say this is as good as a time as any. Stop this recording. And I think with this I will finish my Doom 1 series. Yeah, we have the original Doom 1, we have the original Doom 2, or the remastered versions from Steam. Now we have some ray tracing thrown into the mix as well. I already recorded Doom 3, although I want to check out if there's a macOS version. I'm not sure in which order I will release those videos. And then lastly, Doom Eternal. And then I think I'm done with all the Doom testing, and then I will just get on with playing some of them. Thank you for watching. I hope this was a little bit of fun, a little bit informative, a little bit interesting how this technology works and how we can compare it on Windows and Linux. Linux still lags behind a little bit, and this won't even run on Linux, as I've already shown. So yeah, thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.